Boom!
Got some G Fuel today. We're gonna see Dune Part 2.
Wow, this is gonna be a long movie.
2 hours 46 minutes.
Yeah. What was the last?
Early.
Yeah.
I was having a few drinks last night. I don't want to see this movie. So I didn't shave or anything because I don't even give a shit about this movie.
You're not. I had to kind of drag you along on this.
You did. I actually canceled yesterday. I was like, I'm not gonna go see that, and then you're like, you have to. It's our duty.
Well, come on.
New channel.
So I love. Well, okay. I really respect the first one. We'll just say that because, like, I think they did a really good job with the visuals and all that, and the story is sort of all there and whatnot. But like, it is a long movie. This is going to be also just as long. You know, when I first watched that, I was like, I'm watching it again, and I put it on, and I literally watched the first one twice in a row, just because of the visuals were so fascinating to me. So, you don't like them?
I hate that movie.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
I hate the first one. It's so fucking boring.
Really?
It's so boring and dreary and bland.
You gotta
acting.
read the book, man. I don't know. Maybe the book's worse. I can't even say. I mean, they say it's a masterpiece. So
you haven't read the book?
No, I have.
Oh,
I've read it and I've listened.
Is it a masterpiece? You don't say.
I don't think so. I think it's a really well written book, but I think the lore is so crazy in the story and in
sloppy.
that world. No, it doesn't. It just the first book is a great book by itself, but then when you start to get into the other books, it just gets so far-fetched and stretched out and kind of...
what that guy's doing. This is like an
unbelievably
closed-off parking lot. He's
going to do some mudding. We'll see you.
That movie, the first one for me sucked, and I hate it. And it was so boring. I actually watched it multiple times because every time I watched it, I'd text him this novel like, "Oh yeah, this is what sucks. This is what sucks. It's so stupid." And then he'd be like, "Well, no."
Trying to defend it.
And then I'd like, "Oh, am I missing something?" Then I watched it again.
Why would you do that if you? Because you never do that.
No, and I was doing other things.
If you make up your mind about something, you've made up your fucking
correct.
mind.
And then,
so that's really weird. And
then
tried
the
twice.
Second time, I was like, "This is fucking worse than I remember it. I hate it." You know what's stupid? You say the visuals. They're fucking stupid suits that they wear.
What do you mean?
Those white suits?
The still suits? Oh, the white suits?
They look fucking stupid. Fuck that
Emperor's
shit.
soldiers?
And like,
call them,
you travel through space. Stop using fucking martial arts, you fucking idiots.
No, they have to because personal shields. So projectile weapons don't work against their personal shields.
That's stupid.
Why?
It just is.
Oh, well,
it's the whole thing's stupid to me. I hate it.
Cool.
Oh, and I hate all the. I love all the actors, but I hate all their acting in the whole movie.
I will say this:
it's all
did not
shitty.
like Jason Momoa's performance.
I didn't like anyone's performance.
I think he was the relationship with him and the main character Paul T. Shao.
T. Shao, yeah, I like him.
I didn't like their it just seemed. It seemed like they're supposed to be close characters, right? But it didn't. It just seemed kind of forced. Like the dialogue didn't seem like shit
believable.
Like friends would say like that, and mentors and stuff like that. So, Josh Brolin is awesome in that movie. He's I forget the name of the character. You play.
I think everyone's just like blah, 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 blah. I think all the acting is just stilted, just reading. I swear they're like reading off a teleprompter the whole movie.
No.
Yep.
Wow.
There was like no emotion or nothing.
Wow.
Now, when there was, it was like.
Did you ever see? You've seen the original movie, right?
When I was a kid.
Okay. That movie.
I have no. So I think this is going to be the most
weird,
divisive.
Probably.
Of
I might not like it. I don't know. I might not like it. I have a feeling I will, though.
I really fucking hope there's more action or something.
I will say this. If I had to rate the first part, I would say it was probably an 8 for me. So it's not like a 9 or nothing like that. It's not that high.
I'm down in like...
I was really enthralled with like the set designs and the locations and
I'm down in like fucking 3, 4 for the first one. I fucking
mind you,
hated it. It was
the biggest
awful.
gap we've ever had was 4 points
Yeah.
on 2 separate movies last year.
I hope that I just hope shit happens, because I just remember that just so much talking, and
Sure.
this is like 2 or 3 years ago when I watched
We don't
it.
know for sure if it's just a 2-parter or if there's. He's like, it better not be a trilogy. I'm like, well, I don't think it can be.
I don't want a trilogy.
I think we're far enough through
Are you
the original
fucking
source
kidding me?
material that it couldn't be. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. You don't. There's a
not
lot
for
like
me.
the book fills in a lot of the shit that like is not self-evident in the movie itself. So, and the way people are thinking and what's going on and stuff like that. So it's a more complete story, and it's more sensible and sensical than just like, well, this is happening. Why do they only use swords? Well, they don't really explain it. The slow blade penetrates the shield. Like they that's all you hear. You don't know how they work.
It was just dumb to me. Like, when I was watching, I'm like, I just hate this universe.
It's a weird universe.
It's
super
I want
fucking weird.
projectile guns. I don't.
No,
in my sci-fi, I don't.
It's there, but
I don't
it's
like
not-
laser guns or shit either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
And I guess
kinetic energy is always going to be the most dangerous weapon.
honestly,
honestly.
that's what I'm saying. And when they're all doing ninja flips and shit, I was like, this is so fucking stupid. And their outfits look so dumb. I was like,
Yeah,
what is this, the
I
fucking
get
Power
it.
Rangers?
It kind
Like, go
of.
fuck yourself.
I get it. I'm trying to remember what they look like
Busting
in the
out laughing.
original movie.
They're all
1981,
They're like
I think it was.
bulbousy, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, is it dumb looking? And
It's-
it's taken so serious that I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
The crazy thing about this universe is how abstract everything is, and how everything fits together in this loose, like, it's like the movie and like the universe is like Picasso. You know what I mean?
and I hate
it's
Picasso
really
stuff.
weird.
I don't like
love
Picasso's.
Picasso. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not realism. It's not. What it is though, but in its own way, right? It's an interpretation of shit. I mean,
Barf.
even their space travel is. You can't do it without spice, and you're calculating, like, with your mind how to go like billions of light years through space, like, because you're like hyped up on drugs, and like you're folding space and all, and it's or whatever. So it's like it's super fucking weird. There are no computers in that world because AI took over at one point, and they're like, no, we can't have thinking machines anymore, so they fucking eradicated them. So now they have mentats, which are human computers that can do that same. They're trained since they're kids to be mathematicians, essentially, and so they're the ones who do all the math, and it's just super fucking weird. It's like
And I don't like it.
Yeah,
And
like,
I'm not
that's
gonna.
fair. That's
And
fair.
I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
It's just all there is to it, really.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I just don't like the universe, and it's really hard to like something, like to respect something if you just inherently don't like it at its core.
Like its fundamental parts are like
It's fundamental
I'm
stuff. I
opposed to
don't like it.
everything
Yeah.
about all of that. Like,
Exactly.
how are you supposed to build any
I know.
rapport with
That's-
it and
That's
make
what
it,
sucks.
yeah.
My brain is so stubborn.
Sure, stubborn.
It is what it is.
Maybe opinionated or
Like it's like all those bad words: stubborn, opinionated, fucking harsh, rigid,
critical.
critical.
I mean, that's why we have this channel, man.
Yeah.
Come on. If we didn't have those qualities, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah, probably.
So
But
that's a
I
benefit
don't
to
know.
others in its own way. But sticking to your guns is also important. You
I
can't
just
be
can't.
like, well, I guess
I
they
just
like
gotta
it,
go
so
how
I guess
I-
I have to. No,
Yeah.
you're not about that. So that's
No,
kind of.
I just am what I am.
Fuck this movie! I can't wait till it's like a 2. And it was an 8 or
I
a 9,
hope it's not a
and you're gonna
2.
be like, yes, biggest disparity, 7 fucking points.
It won't be like that.
I don't know.
I saw the trailer for this, and there's a lot of explosions and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe I don't know.
I
I'm a
haven't
sucker
seen
for some
any
explosions.
of the trailers. I've only I've been scrolling through like social media and be like, oh, that's a preview of next. And I'm not.
I avoid all
stopping to-
reviews, but I did watch the trailer because,
Okay.
this is a few months ago.
Oh, sure.
Because I was like, oh, what movies are what's
This
on
is
the
a big
docket?
one. It's a big one for the. It's funny. It's coming out in March, so it's like not super.
Yeah.
It's not like a summer. But I don't know when the first part. What time of the year that came out?
It's funny, like, I don't shave for movies I don't like. that's like my
Like, you can tell he's already like made up his part
That's
of his
how I
mind. 'Cause
fucking-
he's just fucking. I'm just showing up.
That's my rebellious-
Eventually, you're gonna just show up in like a bathrobe and you're fucking just you maybe eating a bowl of cereal or some shit while we're doing the review.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, anyway,
I suppose.
we're gonna go see this
So yeah, I
fucking
think
thing.
it's probably gonna be about an 8 for me. Maybe higher, maybe lower. I don't know. I can't imagine it would be lower than.
I hope it's a 5.
That'd be great.
I really do.
I hope that it's truly a 5 or higher. I mean, because
I hope it's. I don't want to see a 3-hour-long 2.
No, no.
That'd ruin my whole fucking day here.
That would really
we got.
suck.
Here's the thing: we both meet in the middle.
Yeah.
So we each drive like an hour and a
So
half.
that's
to
4
meet.
hours of our day gone just for.
Then we got 3-hour movie and then 3 hours of driving each. It's like my whole fucking Saturday. So,
Yeah, it's
and if it's a 2, it's like, oh
I
god.
did all this for you guys. For you.
That's all right. Maybe I'll learn to love it or something. I'll get Stockholm's because it's so long.
Like, hold me.
Hold me, movie.
It sucks. Like, you're in all this pain.
Like I
and shit.
need to like it, so I just do.
So yeah, for your mental survival
I just
and your
need- oh yeah,
your
It's just
ego
sort-
does it so it doesn't
do some
die.
mental gymnastics and say like, oh, you know what? It's really not as bad as I thought. Like, oh, you know, T-Shell's really putting up a good performance here. It's,
Fuck off. That's
I have
so
a
funny.
feeling it won't be that way, but
Did you?
you know what sucks though is I've since I was drinking last night, I've drank so much shit this morning. Right when we're done,
shit for?
well, drinking water.
Oh, water. Oh, yeah.
And like
you're
this
gonna
is
have
like
to-
my 4th.
you're gonna have
So I
to-
gotta look up that time to pee.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's gonna
Check out
happen.
the Time to Pee website that was totally wrong last time.
Oh yeah, it was too.
Can't count on it.
Oh, you can't.
No.
Well, you know what? It's my duty, since it's so long, I'm going to tell you, audience, when the time to pee is when we get back.
We'll make a mental note of it.
I will. I'll
Time
remember.
to pee.
Or I'll be so, like, zoned out that I'll forget.
He'll be passed out.
And I just, like, the
He'll
whole
just
movie.
piss himself right
the
in
whole
the-
movie, time to pee. Anytime. Who knows?
What is wrong with that?
I don't know.
It's been a crazy
but
morning
anyway.
already. So, all right, well, we'll see you.
We'll see you guys sometime later. Wish us luck, because
We don't
God
need it.
damn
we'll be
it.
fine. We'll be fine.
I need it.
Okay, sure.
For
He
fuck's
needs
sake.
it. For him.
So,
Hopefully, you know,
hi, how's it going? We saw Dune 2. Blah, blah, blah.
the end.
Yeah.
No. Wow. You really? So your expectations were kind of spot on. You didn't like this movie. You didn't like this movie, did you? You hate this movie. It sucked, and I hated it.
It's stupid and I hate it.
It's stupid,
No.
and I hate it.
It had some redeeming stuff, but
I
at the same time...
fucking love this movie.
Oh,
period.
Jesus.
I do.
How
It's
the fuck is that? Okay, here's my
I'm just
first
gonna
question.
Shit it out
Why
right
the
there.
fuck even have armor? It's.
I mean, some
it,
of their
like ruins the
weaponry-
whole movie for me. How much
Yeah, I
armor these fucking people are wearing?
I think a lot of that stuff, well, at least on the desert, is like
Oh, I laughed so hard the
It's-
first time I saw those guys with the big upper torso.
oh the
They're
the
like-
frog people or
They
whatever
look
you want to
so
call those.
stupid. Oh my god!
I thought it was. It's not. It doesn't seem practical, but you know, like it has a certain style to it.
Fucking stupid.
That's fair.
When-
I don't
oh my
know.
God.
I can't.
When we went
I
to
don't know,
that,
I thought they looked
when
great.
we went to a white planet where everyone shaves their eyebrows off,
Yeah.
that was so like gross of a planet.
Yeah,
it was like black,
Did you see
filmed
their
in black and white.
Did you see their fireworks? They were like,
Yeah,
I was like, are they shooting ink into the
I know.
sky?
I hated all the fashion.
I love
all
that
the
shit.
outfits that everyone wore in
It's-
this whole movie are stupid.
No, I love it. I think
Garbage.
it's eccentric in a stylized way that's sort of fitting for the absurdity of the world itself. And so I don't really count it as like this is not a realistic type of a movie in the sense
It tries hard to be.
some of it's
You
no,
can't-
no, I can't. Some of the things are rooted in things we don't understand, and I think that they're just adding the frills and I mean the costume design is insane in this. It's a little over the top, especially some of that shit is just like
Hold
what
on.
the fuck.
Is there gonna be part 3 then?
No, that should be the end of it.
Really?
I think so. It should be. I think they leave you on a cliffhanger.
I feel like the
that.
last 35, 40 minutes were like super rushed.
Yeah, I honestly thought that there was going to be, when we were getting like maybe a third of the way, I'm like, this is going at a pace that's not like, we're not going to get to the end in this movie. But then, it kind of does. So
Is that the end?
I
In the next book, they go attack the other
No,
dudes?
it's all in one book. We're talking about one book here.
I know, but I'm saying, like, in the next...
Well, there are more
Does
than
it
one book.
end on him taking this fleet?
I don't remember.
I can't spoil it, but whatever.
Well, yeah.
There's a scene where I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself.
What?
Where the
What?
T-Shell's mom cries, and this guy goes,
Oh, yeah.
and he wipes it off, and he
It's
goes,
their culture because their water is so important
don't waste
to
a
them.
tear.
Yeah, you
Anyhow,
don't.
whatever.
That's how it is. I mean, they're showing, that shit's in
I
the
don't
book.
care. It's just stupid.
Okay,
Just
so
stupid. Really
all
dumb.
the acting was really good, in my opinion. I thought it was awesome.
It was better this time, except for Dave Bautista's just dumb. His character.
Yeah, I feel like his character was really undercooked in the
It
sense.
was so horrible.
You see how Roddy was? He was still. No, you're kidding.
Oh,
but like,
wow, though. Wow, he was just.
He seemed like one of those characters
Oh my
that
God.
didn't get enough attention and direction and didn't have enough screen time because in this second movie, or like this version, not the first movie,
Yeah.
he's a total letdown.
He sucks.
He's weak. He's not like in the first one.
He
He's
just yells.
scary and everything. Well, he's under a lot of pressure because his uncle's gonna fucking end his life.
You know how
if he
they
doesn't
got
get shit
away with
together.
like whatever budget not inflating is because they did so many scenes where there's a sandstorm and
What are you talking about?
when they're fighting in a sandstorm, so they only have to show like 3 troops on the
I don't
screen
know
at
about
once.
that. I don't know.
That happened
they
like
had a
fucking
huge
5
battle at
times.
the end. So anyway, the acting was
battle
good.
was a letdown.
I think that the pacing was okay.
Oh God! You know, hold on.
For a movie that's 2 hours and 40 odd minutes, I feel like I wasn't bored. Every scene had meaning and weight to it and added to the story, so that was good.
Sandworms are stupid.
To me, the
How could they
soundtrack
do it?
was so epic in this.
That's what I didn't like. It was too loud.
It was so good. It really
so
added weight.
loud.
It added all this emotion.
did
and shit.
actually.
I was like, oh. And
That
you
was
see
the
some-
redeeming parts for
Holy
me.
crap! It just gives me the shivers. Like how, well, of course,
I don't know. I didn't understand a lot of shit that was going on. So
Yeah, it
So when they're like, I'm like, okay. What?
I think.
What are you talking about?
You have to have read the book, man.
I
If you
know.
read the book, all of this would be like, okay, I get it, right? But
yeah,
but
yeah.
you're way outside of that, paradigm.
And honestly,
so you don't really
the
know.
first couple of times I've seen the first movie, I got pretty shit-faced, so I don't remember a lot.
Yeah, great, of course.
So
Sure.
when I went into it, I was like, oh, who the fuck's that again?
Yeah.
And who the fuck's that? And then like, okay, I pieced it together what was happening, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I think Paul's journey. He went through some shit.
Once he drank the blue stuff,
Oh, man.
I was like,
He becomes-
okay, this
he
is
be-
kind of cool now.
He starts to get madhouse. Like, what the fuck? This guy's.
No, he gets really smart.
Well, yeah,
tactical.
exactly. But like because his fears are allayed, and because he can see everything.
Why does everyone have fucking knives if explosives really work? Even with the body shields, explosives really work and
bullets
kill everyone.
won't- Yes, usually.
So all
mean-
those fucking stupid dragonfly copter fucking bullshit, they all have missiles. Why don't you just when there's big, huge armies of people running at each other
mean,
with
they
swords,
did, sort
with
of.
knives? Why don't you just fucking blast them? What the fuck?
Did you see how many there were? There weren't even that many. So.
Get more. Stop building swords. Fucking
Put all your swords
build
together
missiles.
and build a copter. That'll at least help a little
Build
bit.
some fucking missiles. When they
No,
came in and they
There are some.
he's like old-fashioned artillery. He's like genius.
Yeah, I was insulted when he said that. I'm like, what?
I was like genius
How
because
is
you guys are idiots using swords all the time.
Everybody on your Harkonnen in your upper echelon, you're all ridiculously stupid. If you didn't think to use artillery, my thing is how did they find
old-fashioned? He says
It's
because
so
he
dumb.
comes up and he's
You're
boom,
not
boom,
wrong.
boom, 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 blows the fuck out of everyone, and they're all dead. And then he's like,
northern
yeah,
base, the northern Fremen stronghold,
And he's
is
like,
under attack.
oh, old-fashioned artillery. clever or genius.
No, he goes genius.
Genius. It's like, what? You're just gonna run a bunch of people
How
with
come you
swords?
didn't think of that? You fucking idiot.
Oh, I hated that guy too.
Oh,
he's
awesome.
so fucking
He's
gross.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great villain.
I think
all the villains are.
I think he's not a great villain because all the villains, especially Austin Butler's character, the guy with the black teeth, who's like,
he's scary.
all they are is just pure evil.
Kind of.
They don't have any layers. Really, just pure evil.
It's kind of like the house itself.
It's the cliche. Hold on. It's the cliche of the fuck. You know he's evil because
he's
kills,
got black teeth.
No, because he kills all his
people.
subordinates.
Yes, he does.
His subordinate's like, but sir, don't go down there because you're
dead.
And then he turns around, slices his throat. Anyway, that happens like 4 or 5 times.
It does.
Fuck
and
off.
It's kind of.
And he has no other.
I don't think that shit's even in
He
the
has
book,
no other character building. That's how you establish he's evil. He's just evil.
Yeah, they're evil for evil's sake,
Just
right?
stupid.
And there's no dimension to that. But I think that like their
look so
epic
dumb with their
level of cruelty
eyebrows shaved
is
off.
kind of interesting in the sense that like they're it's like built into their DNA. Like they don't even have they don't have any compassion. They don't have they're all sociopaths, right? Psychopaths. So it's like like that's their identity, and I agree that there is no real multi-dimensionality to any of the real main villains.
No,
I think
they're just evil for
Christopher
evil's
Walken's
sake.
character as the Emperor was kind of interesting choice. I thought he was going to give his like
Ooby de doobie or whatever. I can't talk like him. But
it was really weird because he came off sort of strong at first, and then shortly thereafter, he's always just like looking down in a way, and like he's just submissive to. And you're like, what is the deal here? Because like the Emperor is terrifying.
They didn't fucking build him up for shit.
They didn't. He's in this very well, not briefly, but like the screen time is brief. He's sprinkled out through some of it, but like it's not very. I don't know. I wonder, how much he got paid for this.
I learned a few things. Why fucking even have armor? Okay, how do they control like? How do those worms move?
I was wondering that too. They don't like.
Yeah, they don't.
Are they like graboids where they got the little prongs that stick
they
out?
just go straight through the desert.
Yeah, I don't
like
know
rocket
how.
ships.
It doesn't really fit.
And everyone gets on top. And how did they get
whole tents and shit on there? They got a whole city on there. She's like riding around.
How did they get him on there?
Yeah, I was
fucking
a little
shut
bit
up,
concerned
movie.
with that.
That's
but
fucking
I mean, when you
stupid.
look at how big they are, it's a little
That's
bit
fucking dumb.
It's like you can. Yeah,
there's a lot of dumb shit going on.
I love this movie. I love how absurd it is. I think that's part of the draw for me because it's such a weird world.
Yeah, that's what I hate about it. Is the world's so stupid.
It's just
Why
like
have
the way
armor?
Space travel is, and just that alone is just weird.
Was it just me, or did you find that end battle was like
too short,
super short-lived?
Yeah,
like,
it kind of was.
Like
they like.
Why'd they let him? Why wouldn't they have all the guards by the fucking door that they're all gonna come in? Instead, they go off to the side so he can come up and stab that dude. What the hell?
Oh, I think they were they were outnumbered. They were just like. It was one of those power moves where you're like, okay, Paul is just owning the room right now. And he walks up there and just goes.
Isn't that the part where the battle's done and that's their last bunker hideout?
No, I think they just breached right through the Emperor's. I mean, because it shows afterwards they're still mopping up
after that whole thing, and there's all these big battles.
There
still going
is,
on.
but they just went right for the Emperor and trapped him and checkmated him and whatever. But like, I feel like his. Well, I don't know how to.
Kind of wanted Paul to die in that last fight.
It wasn't that great of a fight, honestly.
I was hoping he'd die.
I thought it was good, but it wasn't like.
He's a dick to that chick too. Anyway, we should
should we rate this and then talk spoilers a little bit?
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I might have to talk about it more because.
Oh, we're coming up with a rating?
Yeah, I'm like.
Oh, it's above 2. Okay, I get it.
It's above 2 for sure.
Okay. I was just hoping.
I liked the last. So here's the weird thing about this movie.
Yeah.
I hated the first hour and a half.
Really?
I couldn't. I was like so fucking bored. It's so
what
boring.
What do you need?
Only
what do you need to be happy in a movie?
Only a couple things
happen. There's so much story.
But there's character and they skip over so much shit. Like suddenly this factory blows up. I didn't get to see him plan it. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of rebel shit. Like,
I mean,
let's
it
plan these
was.
attacks.
They did. They
never
showed it sprinkled out right in the. They started blowing up the spice mining operations in the beginning, and then slowly like they showed.
I feel like it wasn't fleshed out. I was a little bit lost a bunch of times. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
I guess,
when do they find time to
here's
do
the
that?
thing, if you read the book, you'd be like, oh, no, here's where we are.
I know, but they didn't. As a movie, it didn't work for me.
You shouldn't need to do that in order.
Yeah.
You should just be able to watch the movie. I agree with that.
Yeah, fuck that. Like they blow up a factory. It doesn't show them like blowing up the factory.
No.
They're like in their giant city. And they're like, oh, suddenly, boom, this factory blows up. They're like, oh my God, send everyone. That's when Dave Bautista's like, and he grabs that. Why do you?
He's such a terrible character.
Grab a fucking helicopter pilot and snap his neck while he's driving you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
fuck?
the other guy, he's the eyes and ears.
Whatever.
Weapons,
You need that guy.
Yeah, and
dumb
again, that's like the Hart Conan, like, we're evil, we're ruthless, you don't do what I say, I kill you.
Then he shoots up that mountain, and then why get out? Why get out of your helicopter?
Well, here's my thing is, how do they find them?
Why would you, if you're gonna go down and sword fight these dudes, why would you shoot a bunch of missiles so that it's the densest fog of sand ever?
That's true.
Why would you do that?
That's a good
They
point.
blow it all up and then they land and like, oh, and then it's all like quiet like a horror movie, and then like, and then you see a guy run by and slash a guy, oh, and one guy drops. Run by a slasher guy. Ugh! I've seen that so many fucking times in movies. Fuck that. Fuck that whole scene.
I've seen it before. It's like,
but they
I've
wouldn't
never
do
heard
that.
this musical progression before. I've heard it before. It sucks automatically.
They never fucking tactically do that. That's what I'm saying. It's so dumb.
You don't know the world, man.
What? You fucking butthole.
You never read the books,
I never read the books. That's the third chapter.
Saving grace
that's
right
the
there.
third rule of their combat
I think you'd
manual.
like the book. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think the book is, in comparison, has more left to the imagination, and so therefore, like, a lot of these screen choices that you find dumb are just not in the book. So, I mean, the book is considered a masterpiece.
Just because I don't really like this movie doesn't mean that you won't.
Oh, yeah.
If you like the first one at all, I would recommend go see this. This is way better, I think.
I think they're about the same for me.
Really?
Yeah, this one wraps it. There were some really.
You said the L word.
Who?
You did.
I do love this movie.
Yeah, that's
some
pretty high praise there. Love.
Well, let me tell you. Lisa Frankenstein is a way better movie in my heart. That movie is awesome. That
Hands
right
down.
So like this is not that good, and that was a 9. So
this is epic. Like I said,
it is epic.
It's really weird.
There's a lot going on.
It's unbalanced to me. I never finished my thoughts earlier.
Okay.
I was so bored in the first part. I was.
Yeah.
And the action. So like they had that. I'll give it this. The explosions, fucking badass.
Yeah,
that was cool.
There's a lot of them too.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Shit's blowing up all the time.
I wouldn't say all the time. It'd be like 45 minutes of talking, and then boom, something blows up for like 1 minute. The scenes are really short when they do blow up.
I think you really want this to just be an action movie, and it's not.
I don't.
This is like a very epic.
I can't. Why wear armor is where I start. And then I end at worms are stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Why wear armor? Worms are stupid. New
giant
fucking t-shirt.
Giant fucking sandworms are stupid because they've established that barely anything can live out there. So how the fuck do they get that big? What do they eat? What do they eat? There's nothing.
I know.
There's fucking nothing.
I know.
All they ate was
I've always thought of that, and I think there's like, in the book, they kind of explain the ecosystem of the planet, and it is not developed at all in either of these movies. So
those worms are wider than this parking lot.
Fucking huge.
Hundreds of feet wide.
They're just massive, and like, I mean, you can have a campsite on top of their backs.
Their physics don't work. They just
don't
go right.
Sense. Yeah, I don't understand.
The only thing that happened is they actually ate a bunch of dead bodies early on.
Yeah.
So they ate
is that how they survived? Just keep feeding them dead bodies. Like by the hundreds.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
And like,
oh man,
I don't know. I just don't like any of the. I don't like the lore or the universe.
The dynamics
I can't
who's
stand
who
it.
And what's all this and all that. Yeah, I understand. It's not for everyone. I think so. I think.
I think I'm
Timothy Chalamet's performance. What did you think of that?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked him. He's good.
He was good.
I liked fucking.
He has a lot of screaming and like big time pep talks to.
But he also has like a lot of like real quiet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's doing
I like
a big.
I like
range.
Zendaya in this
Yep,
one. She's good.
She's real good.
Josh Brolin stepped it up from the last movie. He was a little better in this one, I think.
Yeah, I think
The last movie.
I think that
stupid.
fight with him and Batista was just fucking epically stupid.
Oh god.
I will say that because it was just I wanted this fucking like make this huge epic like oh he turns around and says oh so you did come back from the grave and then
didn't
it's
really-
like they fight and it's like done.
The fighting wasn't very good. In
No,
general.
honestly, the choreography in this movie is barely.
There was
average.
one cool part where it followed Zendaya going through the battlefield.
That was
chop,
pretty
chop, 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 chop,
Yeah.
chop, chop, and then
I'm
it
like,
turned
who
around.
is this warrior? And then she turns around right into the camera, and the
It's her
camera's like
face.
right there. And
there was
she's
one
like,
scene too where
it's
she
cool.
looked sideways because you know they got those nose breathers.
Oh, and
She looked sideways, and I was like, "Oh shit, she looks like Hitler."
She's like Hitler's dad.
But the way her face is shaped, it looked. I was like, "Oh man, Hitler."
I don't get it. I don't
I don't know. I think
didn't
she's
see
really
it.
attractive, but
Oh,
for
she
some
is.
reason,
She's there-
that one scene, I was
definitely.
like, "Damn, dude, Hitler came back to. He's on Arrakis."
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Oh man, I don't know what to rate this. I'm between 3 and 4.
Oh,
I don't like it. It's
Well, I'm not gonna. You have to
not
rate it
very
first.
good.
Then
Yeah.
you have to rate it first because I can't.
I'm gonna say 4 because I was
Really?
actually engaged in the last hour, but overall it was really fucking boring, and I don't buy a lot of anything.
Armor and
pretty
arms.
much anything.
Yeah.
Everyone looks stupid. All the fashion is really dumb. All the
fashion
Harkonnens
is
suck.
extremely bizarre.
It's fucking
Like,
dumb.
It's just even
you know what I hate in movies?
the
They're rich. They're royalty, right?
yeah.
Why does everyone got fucking gnarly black teeth? They're like, yeah. Like, what do they eat? Ass all the time? I mean, I'm serious. I just got done eating
Well,
ass.
we know who eats the most ass.
Is that Austin Butler, dude?
like pure white face and ass mouth.
Yeah, what? Come on. Just to
I
make
don't
him
know.
look disturbing.
So it says, like, if I'm not mistaken, their homeworld has
has
like
no
a,
dental plan. For real. Come
no,
on.
it's like they mentioned a black sun. I think they have like.
It showed it. It was like a fucking.
Yeah.
And that's why everything was so white.
Well,
The
and
whole-
they're pale. They're pale because
Yeah.
they're from a planet where there's like barely any light. So whatever
It's
that.
weird. It looked way brighter than our
creepy.
world.
So there's this huge. Well, no. Let's before we spoil it. Let's.
Okay,
rate.
I'm gonna say a
you
4.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is an 8.
An 8.
Yep, I really
I
like this
figured.
movie.
I thought you'd say a 9.
No, I had a lot of.
Oh no,
like,
it's overheating.
I had a lot of moments
get cold in
where
here, B.
that's all right. Where I was emotionally like hyper invested, and there's a lot of like good dialogue that was like, ooh, like that really hit the spot.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like it definitely was plucking at my heartstrings.
Yeah, I
for
gotta put some
some
AC on
of
this
some of the scenes there.
Oh wait.
Some of the
Did we say spoilers?
No.
Oh, spoilers.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, so like as an 8, I don't think I think some of those points were actually some of the emotional spots for me. At least one good solid point was just like the interactions with the characters.
He
and
kept
like,
telling
how
us that-
what's his name kept believing in him. He's like, no, this is really him, and he's like, like that guy's.
That was cool, but I was like, oh god,
just made
this
me
is
feel like-
this is like some twisted fucking like Jesus story.
That's exactly what it is. Like Benny Gesserit's. Not Jesuits, right? Like
Yeah. No, I got it. I got that
It's like
immediately.
that's part of like the old. I mean,
the prophecy and he's
and all
Jesus
that,
or
but they,
Moses
like,
and he'll
go-
lead the people and all that
right,
stuff.
and he does. So.
I think it's cool. What I did find cool was he drinks this fucking water of life.
It's like worm juice. It's like from way down, you have to like kill one and then draw it out of them, and it's this blue liquid.
Yeah.
But anyway, his mom drinks it too, and she's pregnant.
Then he can see all futures.
Yeah, he sees.
And
all
I was
the
like, well,
possibilities.
that's kind of a cool.
Yeah.
So then he came up with this plan based on his ability to see all futures. Because
Yep.
he's the most
He's like-
powerful person in
he's
the
like-
world ever
yeah,
now.
because he's a mentat too, which is the human
He was
computer. So,
but he was a.
Benny Gesserit.
But men can't survive that.
they're
fucking,
not supposed to. But
So this isn't a girl power movie. This is a man power movie.
well, I'll tell
no
you
man
this,
can do it.
All
and he
the
did it.
women in this movie
Are ultra
are pulling
powerful.
all the fucking strings. They
True.
run everything secretly
that's
behind
true.
everything, and then he's got.
You know,
some
it's
of
funny
their-
when it
yeah,
showed like his
whatever.
sister Anya Taylor-Joy, the voice of
You
Princess
know, it's really
Peach.
weird. There probably is a third one then.
They look very similar.
Well, because in the original book, I think actually it goes through a lot more time, and so
His
his sister
go,
is born, and
Yeah.
she's like a super because she has the water of life in her
Already. She's
born with it. So because her mom has drank it too, and while she was pregnant, so
phone,
it gets
my
like
camera's
so
overheating.
I forget how that plans out, but she becomes like a super fucking powerful, crazy bitch.
I'm buying a new camera, B. This is
Alright.
fucking sickening every time. I mean, I've had it for a year, and it always overheats, always does
It does.
something. It
I don't know
has
why
shitty
it's-
focus problems.
it's weird.
It's really like
Anyway.
yeah. Whatever.
Back to the subject at hand. What was I gonna say?
Dave Bautista dies like a bitch.
He does.
He's
It's
like,
so
oh, you came back from the dead.
and he like does this, dude. The choreography in some of these fights is
Was he got a whip? That was a whip. He's gonna attack a guy with a sword with a whip.
it's disheartening to see these stupid like,
But-
"Whoa," and it's like clearly
Did you
I'm gonna
see
duck
it?
because you're choreographing it, and then and you're dead in one hit. It's like,
You know, if
where's the buildup?
If these knives will go through all armor, then every time
it's the shields they won't go through. Or no, they can go through shields. That's why you have to use them. That's why most ballistics just bounce off of personal.
but their
shields.
other big armor that they got is dumb.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that is like environmental.
Wait, didn't that guy
sense.
have armor that blocked that dude's sword when he was, and then he decided to take it off
Which guy?
in the arena?
Oh.
Aren't they?
That whole scene in the arena was such a.
God, I hate that.
God, I hate
No,
that.
the costumes in this. Those like demon guys.
They're just.
And
it's
they're
so
hu-
out of.
they're
it's
humans.
So fucking weird. But
Why would they make the clicking noises like
maybe
they're
it's
in The Last of
intimidation?
Us?
I don't know. Yeah, it felt.
Fucking
it felt
shut
weird.
up. I'm serious.
That whole scene was like.
barf.
It was like some like wet dream of some guy who like I want
Totally.
to show off how awesome this guy is, so we'll put him in an arena for his birthday, and like the whole like Harkonnen like bloodline and everyone all
PG-13?
are watching, and I can't imagine there's enough blood. There's no nudity, but
Oh, I was gonna say that.
there's enough
was my
blood
fault.
and gross things in this.
It was gross.
But like,
Not in a good
I
way.
feel like that whole scene where he's like, one of them's not drugged and all that, which I believe the Asian guy was the doctor. He's the
Let's do the setup
doctor.
for this dude's birthday, which is like his nephew.
Yep.
Which is the fat, gross
main,
dude's
the main
nephew.
Harkonnen, Baron
Yeah.
Harkonnen's nephew.
He's like, here, we'll send you 3 prisoners, the last of the Atreides or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to drug him so he could kill him easily.
It's what?
Only 2 of them got drugged, so it's like this.
So a third one
He's
is
like,
like
"You're trying to kill me?"
Yeah, and it's like, nah, I gave you. Yeah, it's really. If you can't beat, like, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it was 3 against 1, but he like dispatched them so quickly. It wasn't
How
even.
does a sword not?
I don't know.
Okay, how does shields? How does a sword beat what another kinetic weapon can do?
Because it moves slower. And, like the faster an object moves when you have shields on, the less it can
Let's
penetrate.
just do some slow bullets, dude. Come on.
Well, like that one when they shot the helicopter,
yeah.
it went and you could see it drilling into the shield, and then and it blew it.
That's what happened. That's
that's how that works.
I thought she shot it, and then the shields opened back up, and you realized it was inside the thing.
No,
lame.
they bore in.
That's
just like
even worse.
in the first one when
The 3. No, just kidding.
when Paul gets an assassination attempt on him by that flying needle. It like it wouldn't like it's one of the things that can go through your shields because it'll just bore and then get you. So like it's not like a ding, it would just bounce
So why
off.
even have shields if everyone gave up guns?
They didn't give up guns.
Oh yeah, they still have guns.
There's still guns.
So why the fuck is everyone getting killed with guns if they have shields?
Because not everyone has shields.
Those sniper
Paper,
troopers.
rock, scissors, man. Like,
They're sniper.
pick one.
They're sniper troopers
With huge lasers, by the way.
They have huge suits
I'm-
that should have shields on them because they look so
you
dumb.
would think.
They're like people with like shrouds over their head. That's how tall and wonky
They look
and they
huge.
walk.
Yeah,
they run like
I don't
fucking idiots.
understand the costume choice on that one because clearly the Fremen have way
Maybe
cooler.
it is a 3. I don't know.
I mean, you can.
No, I'll stick with a 4.
I mean, this movie
It
had.
just means below average to me from
Yeah,
my
that's
average
fine.
expectations
I think it's
of
a
a
great movie. I do. It's an 8 for me. So like I don't. There is a lot of redeeming stuff, and in the, I honestly didn't expect this to wrap up. I was like, what the fuck? Are they gonna actually like?
That end
go
part
through
went so
with the-
quick. Like
it
damn,
did.
Some of their boarding ships are going to war.
Yeah, like and
Okay.
so when the final battle starts and they've got What are those missiles he shoots over into
Why
the
wouldn't he
basin?
shoot them?
Because he needs to capture the Emperor. That's why. That was the whole point.
So they shot missile. So yeah, where'd they get these missiles? Those
Well,
missiles.
what kind are they? They were huge.
Those missiles would eradicate like all our.
You know
they
what
would blow
really
up the
bothers
factories
me?
and shit.
They
With
were
those
big.
missiles, they could have blown up
They could have
everything.
blown. Yeah. Well, they want to retain that stuff because it's valuable.
Those weren't nukes either.
No,
said,
they weren't.
We got the
He
special
wouldn't
Why?
use the nukes.
So
which is,
they hid the nuke fucking vault on Arrakis.
that was really weird because
Stupid.
they
Only your genetic.
yeah, like, okay, so that's yeah. There's a lot of
They hide.
it's a 7.
They hide a bunch of nukes. The most powerful weapons in the
in
galaxy.
a cave that's obvious where it is. So it's so obvious that nobody would check
It's
it.
so obvious that
So-
no one would check it.
And so they go in there, and it's like
People would have at
hundreds
least
of
went
years
there for shelter. Because
Someone-
that's how humanity, or
yeah.
species
What are
works.
these big vault doors down here?
Why is there these
How
big
come
vault-
my hands don't work in that device?
Why don't I just cut the fucking vault door open?
Yeah. Here's one thing that bothers me a lot
One
about
thing.
this entire,
Yeah.
the entire, like, and it has since day one.
Bring it.
Is the Fremen live out in? They're like sand people, right? And they, where are they getting all this fucking technology? Do they have factories?
All these big bazookas and shit?
Where? Well, not. Yeah, that I'm sure there's. I don't
Where
know.
do they get their food?
They have like
Eat the dead.
no.
No one can
they eat
live out
those
there.
birds. Remember that those birds that are in the.
Barely shows any birds
I know.
ever.
It's not.
So there's one or two birds because it's a
God.
desert. It's a fucking desert.
It is.
So there's 1 or 2 birds every 100 square miles and millions. There's millions of Southerners.
Of people across the storm belt.
Okay, go underneath in that cave when he fucking designates himself as a prophet.
Oh, how big the cave was! That was so.
There
many
was no
people.
supports or anything.
No, that's impossible.
That was like
That reminded me of
100 times bigger.
It was so
than
huge.
the Matrix Evolutions or Revolutions fucking cave.
Oh yeah,
100
it was starting to look like Aquaman levels of huge chasms and
So
shit. You're like, that's not
like
how that
you
works.
can see miles
You
down
could.
this giant.
And, like,
fucking
here's what
cave
I'm
that's
thinking is-
300-foot tall ceilings.
You know what I'm thinking at a point like that? I'm like, hey, where are the bathrooms around here?
Yes, there's that many people.
Where do you shit and piss? Like, what the
and
fuck?
what about worms and shit? I'd be worried about
Well,
worms.
they're in an area where there aren't worms because it's all bedrock.
Yeah, okay.
So there's regions.
God, worms are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're
fucking
graboids and just treat them as such. It's so fucking funny.
I was so antsy for like the first hour and a half, I'd say. Almost
I'm just
2
like,
hours.
"Ugh, I want something."
Until he got up and started yelling at people like, "Come on, motherfuckers!"
Yeah,
let's go."
yeah,
And I was like, I
that's
sat up
fair.
and I was like, okay, something's
Yeah, and
gonna happen. Like,
I like
at some
the part.
point-
I think where I peaked was when when they were in that big cavern. He walks up there. And,
Yeah, that's the part I'm talking
and
about.
he's talking, and they're like, he needs to die so that you can talk." And he's like, "Fuck you!"
And they all
I'm
pull their-
changing. Yeah, everyone.
He had a
pulls
good
knife.
line. He's like, "Why would you smash your knife before a battle?"
Yeah, he's
Like,
like,
he's my
I would
fucking
never
top
sacrifice
guy.
my best weapon.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's good.
I was
fucking
that's
line.
right where
Yeah.
I like got.
I was like, whoa,
okay.
he's talking. He's like, we're ending our old ways, and
and that's probably like the last 45 minutes.
yeah, that's when
Everything
shit
before
kicks
that?
up.
Everything before that, I did not like. So that's probably almost 2 full hours
It's a lot
of like
That's a lot of
really
time.
fucking boring. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I guess I'll roll up the window because we got company right next to us,
And we're
They
yelling.
don't want to hear me yelling about this movie. It's fucking
It's a tree.
We should probably wrap this up anyway.
Probably is getting long. I don't know. I think we didn't even really touch too much on spoilers. There's a lot of like
Here's the
character
thing.
development
if
and
you,
talking.
If you
and stuff,
shouldn't
it's
go
not
into this
always-
movie without reading the book,
and maybe
then you're like it's gonna be spoilers anyway.
that's true.
Like if I went into it not reading the book and I was like, this sucks because I didn't read the book, right?
Yeah.
Then
Well, he's warning you now.
then most people should read the book before they see the movie.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's already gonna be spoiled. So,
Yeah, I mean,
so what the
yeah,
fuck?
It
It doesn't even matter.
You're not wrong. So in basically, huge chunks of this movie is the unfolding of the prophecy itself,
my fucking
and
battery
how
might die.
he's sort of integrating himself, Paul is, into the Fremen and becoming the Messiah. So it's not, you know, him escaping and doing this and all. It's more like his time with them, and then like character development and all this, and him proving himself. So that's like huge chunks of the movie. And then finally we have that. It starts to ramp up where he's people are believing in him as a leader, and he's starting to do attacks. And then we have their big major battle at the end. He's suffering from like doubts, and like he sees only part of the future because he hasn't drinking the water of life yet, and so he's afraid that, like, you know, he's gonna lead billions of people across the galaxy to their deaths, because I mean, if you fuck up Arrakis, you fuck up all space travel. So then, because they need the spice to travel, so then everyone is stuck where they're at, and the universe basically dies. So because trade would cease. So that's kind of the thing, and the one of the cruxes of the plot is that he has access to nukes, but does he use them or not? And like that's kind of an interesting thing. He decides not to because he figures out another way he can see.
You know those super soldier dudes that look stupid, that with a big black fucking suit. Why would you wear black suits in a desert?
Why do people in the desert wear black robes? They do. I don't know why. Do you know why? You think everything would be white? Why would you do anything else but white? But you see them black all the time in the desert.
I think I see mostly white though, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, do they have laser guns? Because that's like a point right there. Everyone's getting sniped in the head at that one part.
Well, I think they have both.
All those laser guns.
Like, I love the
laser guns are so dumb.
They were all right. I thought they were cool.
They looked like sniper shot.
They were like big beams.
Well, yeah, they weren't like those were laser guns. Yeah, but the ones that they were sniping individual dudes.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Oh,
it's weird. Like, let's clarify that. I don't remember what the book's.
It's really
bad. It's been a long time since I looked into that stuff. So.
They're so nice in the movie. It's weird. Almost like it sucks.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean,
that's cool.
I don't.
You know what I say?
It looked great.
If you stream
I just don't know. Like,
skip to the last 45 minutes. For real, just skip right to that point.
Just get to that.
Because all it is he's trying to prove himself to those people.
For a long time.
That's the first 2 hours.
It does. And then, like, the other thing is, like, he and his mother are fighting over whether or not
he's the prophet.
Yeah, because he's so humble that he doesn't, and he's afraid to step up into it, that he's struggling with his own fucking identity. Yeah. And it's really... That part is compelling to me. I like the development of his character, because he has a serious arc in this.
Yeah,
it's the like very few characters in a two-part movie series or whatever have that powerful of an arc. I mean, it's really kind of
Samwise. No, just kidding.
Well,
he's actually the same.
He's the savior of the entire fucking Middle Earth. Yeah, you'd think.
Well, that's what this Paul guy is to whatever Arrakis.
To the galaxy. Actually, he ends up bringing everything together. So there might actually be a part 3. What?
Oh,
what are we gonna do? Fight the great houses now? I don't remember how it goes down.
I thought read the book and get back to me, because I don't want to see it.
I don't know if I want to read it again.
Well, we should wrap this up.
Yeah, all right, we're done. So anyway, we also shout out to
we got pizza and
one of the
cheese
best
curds. That was fucking fantastic.
Ever
I had like
had.
Oh.
Yeah, came back on. Yeah,
it's because the
cool enough.
Fucking cooling off. Nice.
Cool. Fantastic. Here at Grand Cinema Theater in Hinckley, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out to you guys for real, because I told him to wait about an hour to come in, and it was right when I was getting the fucking most antsiest. Like,
I need something.
Sucks.
Here's a pizza.
And then he brought pizza. I was like, oh fuck yeah! So I'm like eating pizza. And it's like the most dense pizza.
It was a supreme
ever.
It was loaded,
really good,
and everything was.
I literally could only eat 2 pieces. And I was
they were like,
stuffed.
"You gotta sit for a minute."
And then I ate one at the end towards the end of the movie, and I was like, "Oh man, that was a mistake. There's so much fucking food."
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to them, and
all right, well,
yeah, we're gonna drive home, and I'm gonna edit this. So
it's almost 3 hours. So I guess we're signing off, guys. Like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, leave a comment. Bang that. Well, bing, bing, bing.
And remember, why the fuck is there armor and worms are stupid? For real. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.